A bunch of games coming to the extra catalogue, with a spattering of premium and deluxe games too. My job is to give you some gameplay and an overview of each game, while your job is to decide what to play and maybe leave a comment about the state of PS Plus Extra and Premium. Deal? Deal. I'm Adam. Hello there. Here we go. First, a game that's releasing today, straight into the extra catalogue. This is Teardown. The last time I spoke about Teardown, I said it was if Minecraft had a heist mode. In this single-player sandbox, we are given jobs to retrieve objects and escape. That's really the premise. The real fun is existing in these destructible sandboxes. If there's a wall in your way, how do you take it down? Carefully? With a sledgehammer, maybe? What about a wrecking ball or an excavator? Teardown lets us solve these little problems in our own way. The campaign strings together scenarios and new areas with basic plot points. There's no deep story here, it's just enough to get by. Early on, you'll be stealing a car from a businessman, and in the very next mission, the person you wronged hires you to destroy the vehicle you took from them. As the objectives become more intensive and strategic, you'll be tested to the full. Can you steal everything and get away before the popo arrive? Try it today, right now. While you're downloading Teardown, I'll take you through the other games coming to the PS Plus catalogue on November 21st. Okay, let me mentally prepare you for the rest of the games coming. It's not a great month at all. First, we have Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen on the PS4, a very well-respected action RPG that was re-released with the Dark Arisen expansions. This comes as Dragon's Dogma 2 is imminently releasing, making now a good time to relive the original fantasy RPG centered around the rebirth of an ancient dragon. That dragon then eats your heart, and you want it back. You are the Arisen. Starting with a 3 basic class system, which then quickly evolves, allowing new and hybrid classes to be created, thus allowing players to define their own playstyle. Do you prefer keeping your distance or getting up close and personal? Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen contains all the DLCs from the original game, making this an absolutely packed complete bundle. 11 years on, gaming has changed quite a bit, but the combat still holds up by modern standards. Average review score 81 out of 100. Superliminal is the headliner for the puzzle game fans. In this first-person outing, we stumble across many brain teasers that require some thinking outside the box. Perspective puzzles which can only be solved by the correct point of view. And here's the twist. Each object we interact with will grow and shrink thanks to our perspective. It's a really tough one to explain, so I'm hoping the video is helping with that. As members of Dr. Pierce's Dream Therapy program, we venture through many test rooms and find a lovely little twist at the end of the game. A good thing about a month with not much to choose from is that hopefully more people will give Superliminal a chance. Following on from how stacked last month was for horror gaming is another Dead Island title, this time Riptide Definitive Edition. The remaster which takes us back to the island paradise of Badboy, only for it to be a zombie apocalypse now. The visceral melee action is as gruesome and satisfying as always, and 4-player co-op is fully supported in the sprawling open world. Critics did not like Riptide at all back in 2013, averaging 6 out of 10. But if you enjoy Dead Island and want more of the same, Riptide has got your back. There seems to be a trend of really old games hitting extra this month. You may have noticed earlier this week that the PS5 version of Uno is now available, and I never realised that that would be a highlight, but it is. It's one of the best party games ever made. It's the same as the real-life card game, just without your mate cheating and breaking the rules. There are also many variation DLCs available to mix up the gameplay and equal things out. And rabbits, bro. Rabbits. Next we have a 2-on-2 battler, Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme vs Maxi Boost on, an arcade fighter pitting iconic Gundam against each other. Our X, square, triangle and circle buttons relate to jump, shoot, melee and search. As the series has updated many times over the years, they've added to the typical formula. Teams can share health bars rather than have their own, and a growing number of Gundams continue to be added, each with their own differing stats and preferred fighting distances. Mobile Suit Gundam is a loved series in Japan, but it never really hit those heights in the West. If you'd like a...
You know, Optimum Internet gives you speeds up to 1 gig.
Wow, that's fast.
With 99.9% network reliability. And combine internet with Optimum Mobile starting at $45 a month.
Nice.
Get Optimum Complete starting at $45 a month. Click now.
Like a retro-inspired brawler, packed with ridiculous sports minigames? May I suggest River City Melee? Okay, I know it doesn't look great, but for something to play with a few of your mates on PS Plus, it's actually pretty fun. Beating the living snot out of your friends, whilst trying to score a goal worthy of Lionel Messi, has some definite appeal. It may only last you a few hours, but like most games, play it with your mates, it's genuinely fun. 30 teams, 180 characters, and 250 moves to master. For the roleplay fanatics, take a look at A Euden Chronicle Rising, the spiritual successor to the Suikoden series. The 2D side-scrolling visuals are added to with platforming sections, and loads of combat is here, as each member of your team can be swapped in and out to utilise their very specific movesets. It can look like a total free-for-all at times, but Rising is more than that, as your abilities suffer from cooldown, and as your enemies rank up, managing the battlefield becomes integral to progression. It's a very well respected game, averaging scores of 75 out of 100. Have you always wanted to try a real-time samurai strategy game? Yes, you have. Well, today's your lucky day. This is Nobunaga's Ambition Taishi, the 15th entry in the series, no less. Nobunaga's Ambition prides itself on recreating historical battles and retelling the stories of this time period in great detail. We control entire armies and must coordinate attacks between units to minimise loss and maximise progression. On top of the real-time strategy, points can be placed into researching tasks, which could result in technology becoming available before your competitors. Anyway, you win every war with pincer attacks. Finally on Extra this month, Alternative Jake Hunter Daedalus The Awakening of Gold Jazz. And no, those words aren't made up, that's a real game. We must discover who unalived our grandfather while he lived in New York City in this interactive narrative drama. As always, each month games continue to leave the catalogue, in less than 7 days in fact. Thankfully, the list this time isn't as brutal as previous months. On November 21st, say ta-ta to My Time at Portia, seen as a worthy alternative to Stardew Valley. See you later, Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams Director's Edition. Also say goodbye to Ace of Seafoods, I can't believe I didn't get to play that, Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight, Connect Tank, Wild Guns Reloaded, and Dandara Trials of Fear Edition. If you want to play those games, hurry up, they'll become locked on the 21st of November. Okay, let's quickly go over the classic lineups for you guys who have deluxe or premium subscriptions. Grandia, the classic PS1 RPG, which pushed the boundaries of 3D rendering back then, is here for you to try. We play as Justin, a young boy destined to be a great adventurer after he finds a magic stone. Next is Jet Moto, another PS1 game that's a cross between MotoGP, Wave Racer and Road Rash. Parappa the Rapper 2 joins the classics, a rhythm game with the most iconic video game character of all time. I've missed you, Parappa. Disney and Pixar's Up, the video game, is here from the PSP era. And finally, a belter of a series, Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series, is here on your PS4 and 5, celebrating 25 years of Klonoa from the PS1 and PS2 eras. If there was something to recommend in premium, it's definitely this. So that's our month. Please do me a favour, leave me a like. I don't pick these games, I just tell you about them. I'm Adam, you're awesome. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully my voice hasn't been annoying this time around. I'm trying to get through flu right now. I'm Adam, you're awesome. See ya.